Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We are digging into the past today for you, okay? So what we're going to do, Cancer gang, is this. And we may get a similar storyline to some X readings we've done in the past, or we may get a whole different storyline, okay? Maybe we just get clarity on the other situation, or we get an entirely different storyline, Cancer. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the point in time where this thing went by the wayside between you and this person and figure out what was in this person's mind, thoughts, and feelings and behaviors, anything that we can dig out as far as the situation from the past in the mind of your person. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. This was tough for them. This was not an easy decision. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, it was really tough. Honestly, they thought long and hard about this for a hot minute. A hot minute. They didn't want to let this go. All right? They wrestled with this thing. May not have told you that either. The moon card is here, okay? In their mind, somebody was being secretive. Maybe it was them being secretive, okay? All right. But, you know, I don't think they really talked about this for a hot minute. But they, in their mind, I'm not telling you this is the truth, but in their mind, there was not equal give and take. And possibly an imbalance. Like you weren't giving to this enough and you were focusing too much of your time elsewhere, perhaps money, family, whatever, okay, with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, okay? And I think they kind of felt ignored. Interesting, Cancer. Interesting. Especially for a Cancer reading. You guys are so, you know. But, you know, I do think that they held, at least at that time, held you in high regard. Okay, I think they had a lot of respect for you. And I think there was emotion here. And a lot of thoughts about trying to work this thing out with Eight of Cups in reverse, okay? And that is right between these two cards of heartbreak and tragic endings. I think your person, you know, but yet they really were thinking the best thing to do was to release this, okay? And that it would be fooling themselves to really do anything. What was the real issue here, Cancer? I mean, they just think that you ignored them? I mean, is that what this is about? Is that all? I mean, come on now. Do they feel like you were just so, or maybe, I mean, maybe they think you were selfish with money. I'm not saying you are. I'm saying that maybe they said that, okay? Let's dig into this thing a little. Oh, I see what the issue was. I see what the issue was. I can tell you this right now. All right, yeah, okay. This right here, the 1111 card, it was an intense connection, okay? Very intense connection with a lot of emotion, a lot of passion. That was the real issue, okay? That was the issue. And what happened? It was overwhelming. And they became combative and said, you know what? I'm just going to do me. I'm just going to do me. Yep. And really just kind of worked real hard to come up with some excuse. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so you have symptoms and then you have the real problem. And I'm not saying that financial irresponsibility, selfishness, out of balance with what you were give and take. I'm not saying that didn't exist. I'm saying that that was an excuse given, or that was a symptom if it was actually happening. Here was the problem. Two people came together in a very intense connection and they were not energetically ready. Point blank, period. Okay? Person had a lot of emotion, a lot of physical attraction towards you. A lot, but very, very overwhelmed. Very overwhelmed, okay? Was very up in their head about this before they actually did bail. And I think they were secretive about it. I don't think they talked to you about it. And this certainly was not an intuitively led decision. No, it was not, okay? I don't even know that maybe you didn't get ghosted, some of you. Maybe a small number of you got ghosted, okay? Or really, really little to no explanation. Well, they don't know why. Because they don't really understand that the whole issue is this right here, the intensity of the connection, and that all of these other things are symptoms, okay? When two people come together and they're not ready, especially for a relationship of this nature, that is divinely guided, okay, then it becomes a lesson and not a lifetime, okay? And it did not happen by accident, okay? I see that very much here, Cancer. I really do, okay? So as far as zodiac signs here, you have pulled Leo, Pisces, Cancer, and that's it, okay? In the minors, you have pulled fire and water and earth and air, okay? And so here we have it, okay? And I really think, you know, I was just looking at this Five of Cups before we leave this completely, Cancer. I think this person really just kind of nitpicked to try to say everything you did wrong and nothing you did right, and just wouldn't focus on that too. And that's just, you know, somebody really overwhelmed with the intensity of a connection and then just kind of bailing. I'm not even sure they're really, I think for the most of them, that equal give and take selfishness stuff and not giving to the connect, I think that was just baloney. I really do. I think that was just the excuse they gave. I don't even think it was really true. And I think they are aware of that too. They just won't come forward and admit that to anyone else. Yep. But Auntie Karen got their number, right? The cards tell all. Okay. You can fool a lot of people, but you can't fool a tarot reader. No, you can't. Okay, so what are they thinking now, Cancer? What are they thinking now about you, Cancer? What do they think about you now? Do they think about you? Do they have emotion? Have they tried to, what are they doing now? Let's take a look, Cancer game. Let's take a look at this whole dynamic right now. What's your person thinking? You may be dealing with blocked communication. Oh, you may be dealing with blocked communication here. Or they may feel like they got emotion. We interrupt this story to tell you they've got big fat emotion with this King of Cups here. All right. And you or they may have blocked each other. Or they may feel like the communication would suck if it even happened. Okay. And that you wouldn't be interested. All right. So here's the thing. You know, it's kind of interesting. They feel like you've lost interest. All right. And with the Four of Cups in the upright here, they feel like, you know, that you have lost interest. Okay. The Nine of Pentacles, they also feel like you feel like this thing is kind of done and that you're vibing better on your own. And that you're kind of put this thing to rest with the World in the upright. Okay. And that you're vibing fine. Okay. They're still busted up about this thing though. Still debating things. Right here and right here, trying to make a decision about whether or not to put this thing to bed. Whether or not to put this thing to bed. There's big emotion still, okay? I mean, that's where we are on things, but they know they cut you out. They feel like you may have cut them out too. Why is this King of Swords here? They definitely feel the loss and the void with the Five of Pentacles here. All right, they really do. And they may feel like this thing is just best left, you know, what I'm getting from this is that they feel like this was a head over heart decision to bail. But yeah, okay. And that it would fight, oh, look at here. Big fat emotion, the intensity, there you go. Twin flame energy right there. Okay. That is the biggest issue. They're very guarded. They feel like it would be fighting a losing battle, but they can't deny this right here. No, they can't. Okay? They would like for this to be a completed cycle. I think they think you've put this to bed. I don't think this is them that's put this to bed at all. I think they think you have, if you understand what I mean. And that you have energetically, you know, moved on, and that in your mind, this thing is a completed cycle. They got big emotion here. A lot of physical attraction here with all these wands here. A lot of fire energy, okay? For what it's worth, the zodiac signs that you've pulled, you have pulled water, earth, air, and fire, of course, okay? And you have pulled in the major arcana, Gemini, okay? All right, Cancer gang, of course Gemini makes an appearance in your reading. They always do, and vice versa, right? So let's look at this, Cancer. Might this person reach out to you? What can we expect going forward? Might they reach out? Are they trying to put, I think they're trying to put this thing to bed, but they can't, okay? Really debating things. So might they reach out in the future, Cancer? Might they reach out in the future to the Cancer? Might they reach out in the future? Let's take a look. What can we expect in their future actions, Cancer gang? What can we expect? Well, they can't let it go, and they're trying. Oh, they're up in their head. All right, yeah. Okay, it's going to be a hot minute, and I think they're going to try to do some healing, okay? And they're going to be back and forth on this. But you got a couple of cards of healing. You got a distance card, too. Could have been a change of address, whatever. Okay, there's going to be a lot of back and forth, bottom line, okay? But they're having a real hard time releasing this, okay? They're trying, but they can't, okay? And, yeah, and they can't, you know, you've got the Eight of Swords here. It is in the reverse, so again, they're trying to release it. And I do think they're going to heal and mature, and I think they'll reach out. Why? Because, yeah, emotion alone, okay? And that's kind of what I see, Cancer. I think it is going to be a hot minute. And I hope that both of you, before you think about coming back together, that you will heal. Because here's why. If you don't, Cancer, then you will, it will happen again, and it will probably hurt a lot worse the next time, okay? It really will, okay? So that's kind of what I see from this whole thing. Let's get some overall advice for the Cancer gang, okay? And again, if you haven't subscribed, I hope you will. I have revamped personal readings. I think I said that and made them more financially feasible and a lot simpler. And I've added emergency readings now as something that I am currently offering. All of that is in the description box below, okay? All right, so let's do this. Let's get some overall advice for the Cancer gang regarding this connection, okay? Overall advice for the Cancer gang. Overall advice. Let's take a look, Cancer. The World card, working on you regardless. I've got an eventual, oh yeah, okay. All right, so here's the thing. Go inside, do the shadow work, do the energy work, okay? Do the meditation, okay? My playlists are designed to get you started. I'm not the end all be all, but it's a place to start, okay? But go inside, and inside you develop a great self-awareness, okay? And then you can know what you want to do and moving forward in every area of your life regardless, okay? And then you will find a lot of happiness inside. That's what the World card is about. It's about completing a cycle of healing, okay? And that I think is where you are. Then Auntie Karen's going to predict an eventual positive outcome. Eventual. Slow and steady wins the race on this. You cannot rush. There are no bypasses and no shortcuts to healing, okay? I wish I could tell you otherwise. I don't care what kind of, you know, spiritual practitioner prayers or magical spells that you do. You cannot circumvent certain things that just have to happen, okay? You know, those things are when nothing else works. Well, this works, and this is the only way that you know, da-da-da-da-da, right? Okay? So, eventual positive outcome I'm going to predict with this, and I'm going to predict a reach out right here. And it's going to be direct. It's going to be when you least expect it. Again, a new way of life. This is a pregnancy card, Cancer, for what it's worth, for those of you that, you know, are curious about it, okay, Cancer? But a new way of life. It's going to be a life-changing opportunity, and I think it's associated with this connection. But I think it is going to be a period of time. Both people got to heal and go inside, okay? That's what I got for you. And after that, when both people do that, then this and this. There you go. Okay? Slated for success. Slow and steady wins the race. Divine timing. I know that's the worst thing you want to hear, but you know what? Divine timing is the most peaceful place there is when you finally get comfortable to being there. I have learned that the hard way. This impatient Gemini has learned to be patient and trust the process. And I ain't saying I'm perfect, but I'm a lot better than I was yesterday and last week and last year. Oh, yes. Can I tell you it feels great? Can I just say that, Cancer? There you have it. All right, and we pull fire and earth here. Okay, Cancer, so I hope this has been helpful for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is always a pleasure and an honor to be able to read for you guys. Many blessings, Cancer gang.